Pennsylvania certainly offers a variety of racing divisions for teams and fans alike. Based in North Carolina, representatives for the U.S. Legends Dirt Modifieds are hoping that their new racing machine catches on here in the Keystone State.
We came up here because we really think that the Pennsylvania market is going to be a great market for the U.S. Legends Modified. This is a car that Ray Evernham developed to be an entry-level open-wheel dirt track car. And we came up here and attended the Firecracker 100, had a car on display, had a great response, and decided to come back up with the Silver Cup, especially with all the sprint car fans, open wheel fans. I think they're going to really take an interest in the car. And we're going to just try to hopefully get some awareness up here, get people interested in the car, and hopefully you'll be seeing these racing down the road up here.
Although they could focus their efforts closer to home, officials have made the Pennsylvania market one of their targets.
A couple of reasons. One, there's a lot of open wheel racing up here, and number two, which is probably first and foremost, is that just such die-hard racing fans and racers in this part of the country. I mean, I really don't think there's any part of the country quite like Pennsylvania when it comes to racing.
The U.S. Legends Dirt Modified was created with durability and affordability in mind.
I mean, this car was designed specifically for dirt racing by Ray Evernham, and he put a lot of thought and time into the development process of this car. He designed 3 prototypes, and they were handed over to U.S. Legends cars after thorough testing and R&D, and they're manufactured in Harrisburg, North Carolina at U.S. Legend Cars International now. But Ray Evernham's still involved with helping get the series going at his track. He's running them down there at East Lincoln Speedway, and he's involved with the marketing, getting them going all over the country. And I mean, he just put an incredible amount of thought into the car, used a lot of his past experience, building race cars, designing trick parts, things like that. And he made sure that it had, things like a quick change rear end on it, steering box that's very similar to a midget car, aluminum beadlock rear wheels on it, just a lot of high-end components that make it a really nice car.
At the heart of the Modified is a power plant that is simple yet dependable.
The motor is a 1250cc Yamaha sealed motor. It's liquid cooled, which is great. The traditional Legends cars are air cooled. On hot days, they can be a challenge to keep them cool, and usually you see a Legends car driver come off the track, he'll throw a fan right on the car, if not 2 or 3 of them. Whereas these cars, we've been running them down in the heat in North Carolina, and they'll come in after a main event being 175, 180 degrees. And what that's going to translate to the drivers, not spending a lot of money, is that motor hopefully should last 2 or 3 seasons.
In an effort to control costs, the series runs spec tires and wheels.
Yes, one of the things that Ray was felt real strongly about was you take some other racing classes that have crate motors and things like that. It's good to have a crate motor to keep the costs down, but then they go spend their money on shocks and tires and things like that. And the way the rules are written, and this was something that Ray was very adamant about. It's got a steel body Bilstein shock. It's non-adjustable. It's sealed. There will be a couple of valvings that are available, so if a guy wants to make some adjustments and try some different things, he can do that. And as far as the tires goes, no grooving, soaking, siping of tires, no grinding, nothing like that. And they're a spec tire that are fairly hard, so they should last quite a bit of time.
G.E. Chapman has been one of the developmental drivers for the new race car.
With this car right here, we've probably got 2,200 laps. We've had 2 right rears on it, and that's the same left rear and both fronts that we've had on it since we've been doing it. So it's just really cheap and affordable and fun to drive.
With the U.S. Legends Dirt Modified, a person does not need a vast racing background or mechanical ability.
The reason this car is appealing is it's an easy way to get into dirt track racing, specifically open wheel racing. The cost to race the car and the maintenance after races and before races really is not too bad at all compared to a lot of the higher divisions. It drives pretty similar to a midget, open wheel midget would, or a little bit even like a sprint car. But a lot less cost, a lot less maintenance, and the car is really durable, so you can run wheel to wheel, have a little bit of contact, and not break the bank.
Tracks like this, you usually end up using your front bumper a little bit. It's just that they've built the car so well that they're just balanced. Everything is equal. So it comes down, it puts more of the race in the driver's hand than it is the equipment, which is finally great. We finally have a series that does that.
They're simple to work on. There's really no much setup stuff to it. You got 4 coilovers. I mean, you can adjust on that, air pressure, Panhard bar. But they're just simple, and it's good for a guy that even if he's just starting, you know, it's something simple for him to get used to, and it's a good learning spot, I think, for somebody who's going to stick to dirt or even go to asphalt.
To work on it, to maintain it, to keep it up to par, it's fairly easy, and that's what it's supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be somebody who works all week, gets in a race car on the weekends, and has time to go off and have fun with it, you know. So.
Of course, in order to have a presence in our state, a network of distributors are needed to ensure racers are supplied with cars and components.
Yeah, what we'd like to do is develop a bit of a dealer network and distributor up here in the Pennsylvania area, you know, whether it's eastern, western, or central Pennsylvania. I think at some point you may see all three of those, and someone who wants to get behind the car and help us get the series going. You know, we're there to support the series from down North Carolina, but obviously we can't be here every weekend. But you know, I think we're going to make some inroads here, building some good relationships up in Pennsylvania, and you know, who knows down the road, maybe we have some races, we go back and forth, and they race down with us, we race with them, and you know, and I'm sure they're going to take it off at other tracks too, in Ohio and Indiana.
They look like they would be a great addition to a Speedway's lineup. Maybe we will see the U.S. Legends Dirt Modifieds in our state in the future. Coming up next, we go back to Lernerville Speedway for more of Friday night's Fab 4 racing action. Pit Pass returns right after this.
When you think golf carts, think Jake's Custom Golf Carts. With over 300 stock and lifted carts at their shop, you'll find the cart you need or have Jake's build one to your specs. Custom airbrushing, lift kits, sport shifters, rear seats. You name it, with the expertise and craftsmanship people have come to expect from Jake's. Come see for yourself why Jake's is the nation's premier golf cart provider. Jake's Golf Carts, Route 522 McVeigh Town. Online at jakesgolfcarts.com.